I guess we can go ahead and segue into this is the last subject, and everybody else did their subject.
Yeah.
And it feels like, I guess the topic of the day would be, what's the agenda? What are they trying to do? And I feel like, especially on the left, you talk about freedom, you talk about everybody being all inclusive, but it's when it breaks down to it, it's not really. It's almost like you got a hidden agenda, and it falls back into the situation at Astroworld, which is very tragic, and the confusion that went on, which is even more tragic, if not just as tragic. That you had so many situations that could have been prevented. You had police lying, and that's I guess the point I was trying to get to. Why would the police even lie about that situation? There we go. I wonder what happened to the screen. Why would they be lying? They walk back the theory that Astroworld security guard may have been drugged. You had a whole press conference about this. All right. So who was lying? Was it the security guard? Was it the person who checked the security guard? You know what I'm saying? The 911 person? Or was it the police? Somebody in that equation was not telling the truth.
Police chief looks like he kind of hot under the collar there, bro.
That's a bad picture. All right? They literally got him trying to get some heat from under that collar. But
wow.
I heard so many theories and questions and stuff, but I also feel like it's part of that. They're trying to take some of that blame and responsibility off themselves. Whether I know a lot of people are to blame. Essentially, most of the blame may go to the event holders and the people who want to have this event. Maybe even Travis Scott. But a lot of that blame also go to the people who's supposed to make sure that those people do right.
Mm-hmm.
The police.
So, question.
Okay.
At this concert, there were security guards and there was police, right?
Yes.
And if I'm Travis Scott, I've hired these people to do a job. It's not my job as the artist to go out there, sing the concert, and keep everybody protected. I already did my job to keep the crowd protected.
That is true.
And while I understand the families who are upset because they lost loved ones, I don't understand why security companies and the police are not being held more accountable to the standard that should have been held.
That is also the point I'm trying to make. Everybody in kind of situations where people lost their lives. I think 9-year-old just lost their lives, so it's like 10 people now.
First off, why is a 9-year-old at this concert?
Yeah, I mean, that's beyond the point. We can go all day about parenting and the American dream and how we go through all that bullshit. We can go all day about that shit. But the point is, if they would decide to be there, if it was legal to be there, all right, they should have had the right to be safe there.
Imagine how cool that 9-year-old was before he died. Like he's 9-year-old at the mosh pit. He's a 9-year-old in the mosh pit at a Travis Scott Astroworld concert at 9.
Yeah.
Yo, the interesting thing is that kid was probably gonna have a heck of a story to tell when he went back to school. Like, yo, I was at the Travis Scott concert.
You was there?
I had bad girls on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Passed away.
I was raging. I was raging in the mosh pit.
I was lit.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Yo, so
but I feel like
rest in peace, everybody who have lost their lives, who have got hurt at the Astroworld concert.
Thank you. You took it right out of my mouth.
We just had to give these little jokes off.
R.I.P. man.
R.I.P. It's a very unfortunate situation.
Especially rest in power to the lit 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Man.
What was the
pretty sure it was the coolest 9-year-old ever. Say what?
What was the final total of people that passed away? Not to be morbid, but was it 10 people?
I think it's 10 people right now.
Yeah, 10
more could die because there's people still in ICU.
Yeah, 25 people hospitalized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, good on Travis Scott for offering better help to come in and try and take care of some of the mental.
No, man. A free trial for a month. If you're a 10-year-old that watch somebody die in front of you, your parents just died, and you're gonna give me a free trial for a month.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna go beyond
You know what I'm saying? For real. Okay, after the month, I'm gonna have to start paying for this shit. What if I don't feel better about anything?
Shit, hell, they still trying to sue Trevor Scott for it. Even regardless of what
I
happened,
feel like,
they still trying to sue him.
unfortunately, he does deserve some blame. You're right. He ain't supposed to be out there checking people, but because he held this event, because it's his money funding this, he does share some liability. It's like a car accident kind of situation. You don't mean that the situation to happen, but for maybe you didn't check your oil, or maybe you didn't check your, you know what I'm saying? Some small thing on the scale of shit ended up causing this kind of situation.
Shit, even Drake.
Was this part of Drake concert? Did he hold this concert? Did he put some money into it? I mean, he was. Okay,
you know
damn,
what?
you are.
Man, come on, kid.
Come on,
So
Tron, dog.
All
That's
right.
dirty, man.
I had to get one of them off.
I got one more. You gotta find the one where they're talking about when you start at a Astroworld concert and end up at a Mac Miller concert.
No.
Yo, so for the people who are listening, they're showing a couple memes in regards to this concert. So if you click on the YouTube link, you'll be able to see what we're talking about as well at this time point. So
that's right.
Yeah.
The Space Age podcast on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe.
It's sad that the people who are supposed to help us have their own agenda. There's nobody on anybody's side anymore. The left, the right, the middle, everybody's just out for their own personal and group gains and fuck everybody else. And they're upset that,
people are taking advantage of this situation too, because a $1 billion lawsuit, I can understand the families who lost people bringing a lawsuit. I can understand some of the people who were injured being involved in the lawsuit, but you got so many different types of people who are not even quote unquote involved in the situation bringing it up. Like the city's talking about suing Travis Scott. I'm like, the city?
They're trying, because the city probably gonna get sued and they probably trying to take some of that liability off of. I think that's what a lot of this suing back and forth is. Everybody trying to point the finger and not take that the money that's gonna have to be dished out to these families. So they suing each other. It's your fault. No, it's your fault. Well, eventually everybody's gonna have to pay something. You know what I'm saying? The city included. Because the cities who owns the police officer should have had things in place that shit like this can happen. Even if security didn't do it right. Why the police were there? You know what I'm saying? In uniform. It wasn't like they was hired as security. That was the city themselves sending them people out there. So the police should have took control of the situation no matter what anybody else got to say, in my opinion.
Is Travis Scott career over at this point?
Nope.
No.
Travis Scott.
By the end of 2022, he'll be back hot. Watch.
Yep.
Because it's really not his fault. Granted, it don't look good, some of the shit he did. It don't look good. I ain't gonna lie. When he's sitting talking about, and they're carrying the body out, that don't look good at all.
No, heck no.
Don't look good at all. I seen that video. It was very weird.
It's really because Travis Scott got a super wild, super crazy fan base.
So I agree. I probably wouldn't think he did it. I probably think he just passed out from being too drunk. So, I wouldn't be out there on the stage thinking that people are literally dying out there. I think it's like, okay, it's people getting sick, it's hot, maybe it's this, maybe that, but it ain't, it's a concert. Shit like this happen. But, I can understand his situation too. Well, he didn't, I didn't think nobody was fucking out there dying. I didn't think there was a dead body being carried out. I thought he was just passed out drunk. He was having too good of a time. Shit.
I want to circle back to how this conversation started about how the police are manipulating the story, right? If you go to a Willie Nelson concert right now, it's all kind of pot and probably other drugs at this concert. Nobody's up in outrage because Willie Nelson's selling pot, but because kids are at a popular concert doing what kids are going to do, or kids and adults are going to do. Now all of a sudden there's some moral outrage. I understand the outrage in regards to injuries and loss of life, but now you want to frame the story about drugs, drinking, alcohol at the concert. No, just shut that up. That has nothing to do on what happened. It was poor planning all around by security, by the police, by Travis Scott's production, and that's what it boils down to. But anything extra is definitely not needed.
No, it's not, and they're just a product of our world and the American dream, American society, where when something happens, there's going to be sharks on both sides of the water.
Man, so many fucking sharks.
So many fucking sharks and snakes and all sorts of fucking creatures. All right, we're the land of the free creatures, because we gonna get it out the mud, no matter the moral cost, no matter the long-term cost. We gonna get it for now. Fuck the world, fuck the earth. That's what American dream is to me.
Well, it's a doggone shame that's what it is.
That's what they taught me. No, get it, no matter the cost. Work hard, do everything you possibly can, beat everybody out, make sure your competition don't have a chance.
Never.
All right.
God, how do we used to say it is what it is?
It is what
it is. Ooh. That's the American dream. That's what I've learned ever since them days of it is what it is. It's like, hey, it really is what it is. People do not care. It don't matter the situation. They can love you, hate you. You got to get what you got to get. You got to live your life and get the most out of it. Because that's the way everybody else is going to treat the situation.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?